Hey, yo, what up, Joe? Guess what today is?
Shark Week.
Yeah, it's the start of Shark Week, everyone. You know what? This is a great time of the year for really animal fans, shark fans, monster fans, shark movie fans, and well, today we're going to talk about a little old shark movie. Maybe not so little, I think it's pretty freaking huge. We're talking about the Meg 2. Now, a while back, we talked about the Meg 2, its trailer, and we kind of like, we're talking about like, is the Meg? There's a ton of Megs. Are they gonna fight like this Kraken? Are they gonna fight like a Liopleurodon or some crazy other creature? And well, yeah, it turns out they're going to because in a recent little clip, trailer or something like that, one of their TV spots, they showed the Meg and this squid Kraken thing really duking it out, and it looks pretty
Yeah.
freaking sweet. Yeah, what do you think about that, man?
I think it's pretty cool. I mean, in the beginning, as the Meg was introduced to us for the first time, we were introduced to this concept of the Meg being like, underwater and coming up. But then now they made it a little bit more. I mean, obviously we knew this wasn't like scientifically accurate or anything.
Oh, of
So
course not. Yeah.
yeah,
If you didn't know,
and
yeah.
just saying, like if you're into the scientific accuracy of things, you're going to be really disappointed in the next movie. But I mean, honestly, we don't know whether something like the Kraken was real or not. You can't really tell right now. So this Kraken is going to come up too, and it's going to be like, oh shit, we got like a bunch of deep sea monsters coming up from the past, from like the Mariana Trench and whatever, and it's pretty cool. I really like the concept. It's obviously really sci-fi. It's almost becoming sort of MonsterVerse-y ish, if
Yeah.
you will.
Yeah, no, and that's kind of what I've been saying, and I've mentioned it a few times in some other videos on the other channels. But like, it kind of feels like the Meg is becoming I don't want to say the go-to, but it's kind of becoming the other go-to monster kaiju sort of franchise other than the MonsterVerse in these modern times, because it just feels like a kaiju movie. Everything about the trailers, it's like these are all the feels of a proper monster attack movie.
Yeah.
And it's exciting. Like I'm a big shark movie fan. Like I'm afraid of sharks more or less. Like they're one of those things on the planet that like people gonna be like, oh, what are you afraid of? I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of afraid of sharks. Like the idea of like sharks attacking me, terrifying. Like there's something about these shark movies that just resonate with me because they make me feel feels more than in like other horror movies. Like I don't get afraid of dinosaur attack movies anymore. I'm just like, cool, it looks cool, badass. But shark movies still kind of get me kind of like uncomfortable feeling.
Yeah.
It's cool. I'm excited to see where the Meg 2 kind of takes realistically the monster franchise, because this is a monster franchise. It's not a shark. It's not like Jaws. So
Yeah.
I'm
It's a bit
curious.
more of the monster-ish vibe that we're seeing come up lately. It's really cool. I hope they don't ruin this franchise either, because you know what happened to Pacific Rim. The first Pacific Rim was really good. It was
It
a
was
masterpiece.
iconic. Which tell us
Uh,
if you want us to talk about that. By the way, I'd love to talk some Pacific Rim
yeah,
sometime. Yeah,
Pacific
yeah, yeah.
Rim. At least the first movie was
The
amazing.
first one. The first one. I don't want
Yeah,
to talk the second one too
the
much.
second one, ugh, it makes me angry just thinking
How
about
to
it.
kill a
So
franchise 101.
literally.
Yeah.
So just think about it. I hope this doesn't happen here with this whole Meg franchise, because I think what they had before was pretty cool. This one, it already establishes that it is going to be a little crazy. Whatever. I'm cool with that. Just don't like ruin it. How would you ruin it though? Like,
I don't know, man. It seems like this is a formula that's really hard to ruin. It
yeah,
kind of seems like they're kind of taking the Jurassic World Dominion route, but yet doing it way better. Of just like over the top, like just kind of stupid action, I guess you'd say. But once
Mhm.
again, we haven't seen the movie, but everything from the trailer just seems so much more like they know exactly what they set out to make. I mean, they got freaking Jason Statham surfing a wave with a spear, going to spear like a 100-foot freaking shark. I mean, these people knew what they were making. This isn't some confused Disney, director or something like that who's trying to like do, I don't need to talk about that drama going on right now. Y'all know. But like they knew exactly what they were making. They know exactly what what they want from the audience, and I think they're gonna do solid here, man. I'm excited to see it. I really think that the Meg is gonna do really well. Like movies are kind of doing crappy right now, except Barbie or Barbenheimer's doing good right now, I guess. Those two movies, but like I think Meg's gonna do solid as well.
Okay.
So I'm excited to see it. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, we're
to
definitely
see...
going to make an episode reviewing the Meg too.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about the Meg as much as you guys want to see. If you watch these videos, we'll keep making them. So I'd like to talk about the Meg more often, and I think there's going to be a lot of content to talk about because there's dinosaurs, there's creatures, and of course they're going to have that Meg and that Kraken fight.
Yeah.
Maybe there will be more fights too. You know, maybe Jason Statham will get involved and he'll choke a Meg out because we know how badass he is. It's just crazy. I don't know. Maybe one day we could see a Meg versus the MonsterVerse crossover because you know what else came out or was released this week or is happening here, right, Joe? We got the most ridiculously titled thing ever: the Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. I don't know where they got that title instead of
so random too.
Justice
like,
League
just
versus
came out of nowhere.
Yeah, whatever. You know, it's cool. It's very cool. The title should be Justice League versus Godzilla X Kong. I'm just saying that's the new movie. Whatever. Anyway, moving on though. This shit looks freaking dope, dude. I don't know if you're into comics all that much. I think you kind of are.
Yeah, kind of.
I never really was super into like comics growing up, just because like it's kind of like a little bit older than our age group. You know, we were watching cartoons and playing Game Boy by then.
Yeah.
But I still like graphic novels. And that's kind of what modern day comic books are. They're more like graphic novels than like your stereotypical old school comic book that are like dads grew up with. But yeah, it looks good. I mean, it's going to be the first ever DC comic that I actually go and drop money on, you know, and like I'm going to buy this whole series. There's going to be 7 of them coming out, and it's just we're getting
7?
actually
I didn't know that
7
part.
issues. This is legit. Like this is a full on like Toho sharing it, Legendary, DC. It's blowing up. Like this has a good chance. You know, like it's a comic series, whatever, but this has a good chance to be like the most popular comic series released in recent times, because you're getting the DC comics always do well unless they get political. They always do well, but then you throw in MonsterVerse, Godzilla, and Kong, and it's like that's a recipe,
cool.
man. It's very cool.
I dig it.
We've seen it before. We've seen everyone talking about what would happen if Godzilla met up Superman and they decided to fight. You know, like we've all thought about this. Is like one of those stoner conversations. Like, well, man, like nah, like freaking Superman would fly straight through him. Like, nah, Godzilla's got like impenetrable hide. Yeah, you know, so it's gonna be.
This
great
will
to
finally
see
sort
that.
of answer it.
It'll answer it to an extent. I think people are probably not going to be happy with whatever the outcome is, except obviously,
true.
No one's going to die. You know, like I don't think. Maybe because this isn't connected to like any. I've actually seen people being like, "Is this a part of the canon?" Like, what do you? No.
No. No. It's
just
a crossover. It's
just
like
a it's
alternative universe, dude. Completely
it's
separated from the MonsterVerse.
It's like Godzilla in Hell or Godzilla Rage Across Time. What I believe are the 2 best Godzilla comics ever made. Like they are just sweet comics, and I think this has a chance to kind of capture that spirit. And I think that's really cool. I'm excited to see it. Like everything about it, like the art style, like it looks great, and it looks like it's actually gonna have a little bit of a smart story. So, did you try to get into that Godzilla versus the Power Rangers comic series that came out last year?
Not really.
I got 2 of the comics. It was pretty cool. As a fan, I enjoyed it, but like in terms of like giving a crap about it, it was like. It didn't like necessarily resonate. It was just kind of a random Godzilla. It wasn't the monster. It wasn't as current. I don't know. It was okay, but like this has a real good chance of being like a true freaking hit, and maybe something that will allow Godzilla and Kong to have more crossovers. They've already been in Call of Duty. Now they're going to go fight the Justice League. Maybe we'll finally see that Godzilla and Pacific Rim crossover, since they're some freaking made from the same people. Legendary.
Yeah.
You know, like it doesn't make sense they haven't made a comic with like Jaegers versus Godzilla.
That would be cool to see the Jaegers finally, match up against the MonsterVerse Titans. And apart from the fact that the MonsterVerse Titans are super heavy compared to these Jaegers, if
Oh,
they
you'd have
manage
to shut your brain off a little bit, yeah.
throw that out the window, we actually have some pretty good content there. So just a little nudge there, Legendary. What are you doing? that would be pretty cool.
Yes. Well, speaking of that though, like, go ahead down in the comments and tell me what sort of crossover you would like to see Godzilla and Kong, because we've kind of talked about how we're gonna start kind of having these fun discussions of like, different other popular characters like like The Witcher or Batman or any of these guys, and how they would like what would they do if they got thrown onto Skull Island randomly or in the Hollow Earth or against other monsters. So if you have any cool ideas, go ahead down there and type them in right now and let us know.
Yes.
Because I like the idea of seeing more of these crossovers. And it turns out this Godzilla and Justice League thing was kind of the big Comic-Con reveal this year. We made a video, or I made a video on Dangerville pretty much saying how like we describing how Legendary backed the hell out and how we were going to probably get a lot of like Godzilla and Kong stuff and it was going to be great. But they backed out because the whole strike stuff going on. And so, it was up to the comics to kind of take control of Comic-Con, which I guess is fair. But all we really did officially get is this Justice League versus Godzilla and Kong. Now, we did get some other stuff too. They came out from the Legendary Comics panel that happened yesterday, at the time of us recording this. We're going to talk about that in a future episode, so make sure and stay tuned to the Beast Hub, because that one's interesting. Subscribe, do all that stuff, share it around, tell everyone to get hyped up, because Legendary, they revealed a whole lot more stuff for the MonsterVerse, but only to a particular set of people. And we'll talk more about that in the next episode. But anyway, I want to get back to another thing that came out, I guess, during this Comic-Con release of content, and that is this new, Kong, The Rise of Skull Island, or Skull Island, The Rise of Kong game.
The newest Kong video
game. The newest
game.
Attempt at, once again, not getting us a AAA monster game. It's starting to get kind of upsetting. You can go and be like, sure, this is made for a kid audience. Like, if you haven't seen the trailer and all that, go look at it. It's not anything horrible. It's not bad, but it's the year 2023, and it's just not. It's getting to the point now to where it's kind of not fair that we don't have anything. Like, we don't have a Turok game. We don't have we don't freaking got a good King Kong game. We don't got a good Godzilla game. We don't have a good dinosaur game. The best dinosaur game out there is freaking the one where it's not even really about the dinosaurs, like Ark or something. And Jurassic World Evolution is great, but it's like a Sims game. And, we don't have any like AAA awesome fun dinosaur or monster games. So this will be fun for some people, Joe. But like, do you expect yourself to play it?
The most I would probably do. I'm a busy dude, and if I am going to play a game, it's got to be freaking good, or it's got to be something that I'm super interested in. And don't get me wrong, I love Kong. Kong is like super cool, but this one in particular, I saw the trailer, right, and I'm just like,
it's just gonna
I'd
be
rather
a
just
game.
watch gameplay if I'm like actually interested in it, to kind of gauge whether I'm going to have fun in there or not. But so far what I'm seeing, it's just something that's not necessarily for me, for like my type of stuff. For you too, you can relate to that. Some of the audience might like it. That's really cool. You guys go ahead and have a blast. That's no shame in that. But what we're talking about is like an actually fledged out, POV first person shooter game.
A full on, like the closest we got was the Godzilla and Kong Call of Duty crossover. Like, that was pretty freaking cool. Like, it was stupid Warzone that I don't play or whatever all that much, but like being able to go around and just go and clack some fools, and then all of a sudden you see Kong being like, and you're like, damn, it was freaking cool. Because like we don't get the experience. There's no game like that out there to where you're having to deal with Kaiju or big giant monsters. So it's, I don't know. I just feel like there's enough money in this industry for us to get a game that isn't like not that it's, like I said, it's not that it's bad. It's just low budget. It's just going to be simple. You're going to run around, smack people. That's kind of like all these Kaiju games. And you can't fault the people making it. They're small studios. But just no one's putting money into getting us a real game. But anyway, that came out. You can go play it if you want. But you know, it's nothing special. It doesn't look like it. So anyway.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it for right now, guys. You know, happy Shark Week, the beginning of the Shark Week. If anything cool comes out, we'll talk about the MEG or anything else this upcoming week, if they got any cool stuff that they reveal during Shark Week. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get ready to go talk about this this weird thing Legendary's doing about not sharing their products with the public. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this talk. You know what to do. All that YouTube crap. Subscribe. That's Joe with his helmet, and this is me with my green screen. By the way, make sure there's an ocean behind me. Anyway, guys, peace out.